If you feel like your home gets hotter every day during a heat wave, you're not actually imagining it. Our homes store heat like a battery, so in hot weather, your walls, carpets and furniture absorb heat during the day, then slowly release it all night, which is why homes can still feel unbearable even at midnight. The mistake that most people make is that they wait until the house already feels roasting before they think about trying to cool it. But by then, the entire building is already heat soaked. So the real trick is stopping heat from building up in the first place. So ideally, when a hot spell is forecast, from the first warm day, block sunlight early, ventilate at night, and stop your home from storing heat before it snowballs. Modern buildings actually have a name for this. It's called night flushing. And it sounds technical, but it's pretty simple. It's just about keeping heat out during the day and then dumping it out overnight. But the important thing is, don't open windows just because it's nighttime. Open them when the outside air becomes cooler than the inside air. So it's worth having a thermometer indoors and perhaps checking hourly temperatures on your weather app, because houses can still hold loads of heat long after sunset. So even if it still feels warm outside, you might find that it is actually cooler than inside. Once you're sure that it's cooler outside, open your windows, create airflow through the house and ventilate hardest overnight and before sunrise, because the coolest temperatures are often just before sunrise. Did you know that most people actually use fans the wrong way? If the outside air is cooler than the inside air, put your fan near a window pointing out, not in, because that pushes trapped hot air out of the building and pulls cooler air through the house. And upstairs windows work best because heat naturally rises and gets trapped there. A huge amount of heat enters homes through windows, and once sunlight gets through the glass, it becomes trapped indoor heat. So one of the most important things you can do is stop sunlight before it enters. Close blinds before direct sun hits, prioritise south and west facing rooms, use blackout curtains, reflective window film or external shade if possible. Now the problem during a heat wave often isn't just the hot air, it's that your walls, carpets, mattress and furniture are still radiating yesterday's heat. Brick houses especially absorb huge amounts of heat during the day, then slowly release it overnight. So if you can, remove thick rugs and throws, close doors to overheated rooms, avoid using ovens during the daytime and switch off unnecessary electronics and lights because they all add extra heat. One thing people massively underestimate during heat waves is humidity. Sometimes a room doesn't just feel hot, it feels heavy and sticky. And that's because humid air stops sweat evaporating properly, which is how your body naturally cools itself. And this is where extractor fans and dehumidifiers can really help. Make sure you run extractor fans during the evening for ventilation. Vent cooking heat immediately, keep the bathroom doors shut after showers, and if a room feels really humid, a dehumidifier can make it feel dramatically more comfortable. It doesn't magically cool the room, but dry air feels much cooler than humid air. Instead of trying to cool the whole house, think about protecting one cooler room. Usually that means a shaded room downstairs or north facing. Keep the blinds shut all day, keep the doors closed and direct airflow into that room instead of trying to cool the whole building. And to be honest, sometimes upstairs bedrooms are just a lost cause during heat waves because heat rises and gets trapped. So if it becomes unbearable, sleeping downstairs can genuinely help. Ventilate upstairs hardest overnight, keep bedrooms dark during the day and open the loft hatch at night, if it's safe, because a huge amount of heat gets trapped above the ceiling. Now, sometimes it's actually easier to cool your body than the whole house. Cool your wrists, your neck and your feet. Use chilled pillowcases, take cool showers before bed and keep air moving across your skin. You can even put your pillowcases in the freezer for a bit. Even warm, moving air feels dramatically better than hot, stagnant air because it helps sweat evaporate. And actually, your bed itself might be part of the problem. Memory foam especially can become brutal during hot weather because it traps heat around your body. The coolest setups usually focus on airflow and breathability. So things like bamboo or eucalyptus bedding, cotton percale sheets, lower top duvets and breathable mattress protectors can make a massive difference. Did you know that before electricity, people literally used giant moving sheets to cool rooms? In India and the Middle East, huge suspended fabric fans called punkahs were pulled back and forth to create airflow through buildings. So humans have been solving heat long before air conditioning existed. So remember, a heat wave isn't just hot air, it's the entire building storing and releasing heat around you. So the people who cope best aren't necessarily cooling the air better, they're stopping the house from overheating in the first place. So now I want to know, what are your survival tips for getting through a heat wave? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.